Hello, I'm Rabbi Fryer Bodzin. Today is Tuesday. I think it's the 19th of May. Welcome to our Tuesday afternoon meditation. It's good to see all of you. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do our meditation in a different way than we've done it before. Today we're going to talk about the Mikvah. The Mikvah as a spiritual practice. If you've never seen a mikvah before, it looks like this. This is a mikvah. It's actually a nice mikvah. They're not all this nice. You'll notice that there are 7 steps going down, and it's very clean water. And hopefully the area is very hygienic. Maybe you've been in a mikvah before you got married, when you joined the Jewish people, if you adopted a child. Maybe you visit the mikvah monthly on your own for your private reasons. Maybe you visited a mikvah after a traumatic event or experience. But this is what a man-made mikvah looks like. As I mentioned, we're going to speak about mikvah today. Mikvah as a spiritual practice. We read in the Talmud, in a tractate called Yoma, that no person, even if completely clean, could enter the temple court without immersing in a mikvah. And the high priest underwent 5 immersions and 10 sanctifications on the day of Yom Kippur. Perhaps if you've been to Israel and Jerusalem, you've seen excavations of mikvahs near the Old City, or perhaps you saw them on Masada. One of the oldest known spiritual practices is to symbolically bathe and cleanse our bodies, not to rid ourselves of physical impurities, but to attain spiritual purification. A common practice in traditional Judaism is to spiritually purify by immersing in a mikvah, which is any gathering of living water in which one can submerge completely. As long as there is enough water to completely engulf and envelop the body, any natural body of water, rivers, ponds, lakes, streams, even the ocean can be used for spiritual purification. Water gatherings that are not part of nature qualify as mikvahs if they meet certain rabbinic criteria. Water separated from the earth by placing it in a vessel, such as a pipe used in normal plumbing, is no longer considered living water. Therefore, technically, a regular bathtub or a mikvah or a swimming pool does not qualify as a mikvah. Nonetheless, the primary principle of spiritual purification is based upon our intentions. In the Middle Ages, Rambam wrote, "One who has the intention in one's heart to purify the soul from the defilement of wrong thoughts and false beliefs will bring her or his soul into the waters of perfect knowing. As it says, and I will sprinkle upon you pure water and purify you from all of your uncleanliness." That's in Mishnah Torah. The use of the mikvah is a major spiritual practice in traditional Judaism. Even if you are unable to use an official mikvah that meets all rabbinic requirements, you may still engage in the practice of doing spiritual work with water that comes directly out of the tap. And so here is one way of experiencing this purifying practice. Now, it's not exactly a mikvah, but it's taking on the meaning of spiritual purification with water. I invite you to close your eyes and push all thoughts out of your head. Focus on the now. If you're in a room, imagine closing the door if it's open. Don't look at me, just listen to my voice. Focus inward on your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Now, with your eyes still shut, I invite you to go back a few hours ago, or maybe many hours ago, to when you woke up. Imagine yourself walking over to your sink and pouring water over your right hand from the wrist down, and then over your left hand from the wrist down. While pouring the water, imagine that any negative energy that may be lingering from last night's sleep, perhaps a heavy dream or an agitated, anxiety-ridden sleep, imagine it passing out of your fingertips and going down the drain. Repeat that 2 more times. Pour water over your right hand from the wrist down, and then over your left hand from the wrist down. Pour water over your right hand from the wrist down, and then over your left hand from the wrist down. Let the water pass out of your fingertips and down the drain. It should be noted that many traditional Jews actually do this every day of their lives. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. Breathe out the anxiety and the agitation. Breathe in the purifying water. Now imagine that you have a wet washcloth, not a shmata, a nice one. No soap, just a wet washcloth. A washcloth. Imagine putting that cloth in your hand and rinsing it, just rinsing it out. And as you rinse it out and wring it out, rinse out and wring out the anxiety, the tension, the stress. It may be useful for you to imagine that you're seated while doing the next meditative exercise, either on a chair or on the floor, and using a bowl now as your source of water. I invite you to take this damp washcloth and wash your eyelids and your eyes and your eyelashes, and then dry them. And say to yourself, I am cleansing my eyes so that I will be able to see things as they really are in order to develop deep compassion for life. I am cleansing my eyes so that I will be able to see things as they are in order to develop deep compassion for life. Now, in your mind, imagine putting that washcloth down, back in the water. Listen to the sound it makes. Now take it out one more time. And imagine yourself washing your ears. Inside your ears, but not too deep. And all of the crevices and textures that make your ears unique. And say to yourself, I am cleansing my ears so that I will be able to hear the deeper truths of all that I encounter and not be corrupted by gossip and unskilled speech. Repeat after me. I am cleansing my ears so that I will be able to hear the deeper truths of all that I encounter and not be corrupted by gossip and unskilled speech. Now take that washcloth back in the water, rinse it out, put some more water on it, and take it to your nose. Have it slide down your nose. Purify that nose and say to yourself, I am cleansing my nose so that I will be able to smell the fragrance of mystical delight and can dwell in the beauty of nature. Repeat after me. I am cleansing my nose so that I will be able to smell the fragrance of mystical delight and can dwell in the beauty of nature. Now take that washcloth, put it back in the water, all the while remembering to breathe. Rinse it out. Take it back into your hand and place it near your forehead, whether it is lined with wisdom or not. Move it back and forth, side to side. If you have hair there, just move the hair out of the way. And say to yourself, I am cleansing my forehead and all that it represents so that I can be free from critical and judgmental thoughts, whether they are thoughts about myself or about others. I am cleansing my forehead and all that it represents so that I can be free from critical and judgmental thoughts, whether they are thoughts about myself or about others. Take the washcloth down, back into the basin or the bowl. Rinse it out. And this time, bring it to your lips, your upper and lower lips. Feel around in a circle. Feel the texture there that is also uniquely you. I am puring around my mouth so that I can be more aware of the words that I speak and will be careful not to cause harm by speaking unskillfully. Repeat after me. I am purifying around my mouth so that I can be more aware of the words that I speak and will be careful not to cause harm by speaking unskillfully. Take the washcloth back into the bowl and bring it back. We have one more place to visit on our face, your cheeks. Wash those cheeks in circles. If you want to take your hands and rub your cheeks in circles, oh, feels so good. I am cleansing my cheeks so that I will be able to smile with radiance and appreciate all of the gifts that I have been given. Repeat after me. I am cleansing my cheeks so that I will be able to smile with radiance and appreciate all the gifts that I have been given. Let's do one more. Take the washcloth, put it back in, rinse it out. But really rinse it out this time. Bring it back. Bring it to your jaw. Relax your jaw. And repeat after me. I'm cleansing my jaw so that I will be able to relax and be present at all times. I'm cleansing my jaw so that I will be able to relax and be present at all times. According to Rabbi David Cooper, some people find that the water outside raises the tears within. If this exercise led to tears, well, that's what you need at this time. The idea here is to begin the process of spiritual purification, whatever it takes. This marvelous practice can be used each morning, no matter how much time you give it. Notice that the process was simply imagining a plain washcloth and water. It's not supposed to take the place of normal bathing. Don't do it in the shower. Soap is for cleaning the body. What we did together today, that's for freeing and cleansing the soul. Take a few more deep breaths. If you want, take your hands around your face and think of the places that we cleansed. Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our forehead, our lips, our cheeks, and our jaws. I welcome you to open your eyes and to hold your head and all of those spaces on your body, hold them high because you have cleansed them.